Hi guys, this is Vickaash from Bluewheel Mining, featuring Bitcoin mining with renewable energy through Ordinals community involvement. I am here on Edge of NFTs, my favorite podcast. Stay tuned, keep listening.
Hi, NFT curious listeners. Stay tuned for today's episode to learn how Bluewheel Mining is creating easier access to Bitcoin mining, delivering daily Bitcoin rewards via Ordinals.
Plus, how Netflix is the perfect Edge of NFT green room show for guests no matter where they are in the world.
And finally, hear more about the Secret Service's not so secret NFT collection that is unfortunately not for sale.
All that and more. But before we move on, we are actually launching a new podcast, Edge of AI. Snap into your safety belt, prepare to explore the depths of the rapidly expanding AI universe. Episodes are important dispatches featuring hyper-relevant reports from pilots, pioneers, and passengers aboard the AI rocket ship. We're exploring the latest use cases and developments in AI, hear from experts building the tech, and learn how the disruptive force is transforming industries and society. We're launching August 2nd with an incredible launch party in LA. Look out for ways to get your ticket. Make sure to subscribe in advance by heading over to edgeofai.xyz. Follow us on LinkedIn as Edge of AI and Twitter as Edge_of_AI. All right, we'll see you over there. Welcome to the Edge of NFT, the podcast that brings you the top 1% of Web3 today and what will stand the test of time. We explore the nuts and bolts of the business side and also the human element of how Web3 is changing the way we interact with the things we love. This podcast is for the dreamers, disruptors, and doers who are pumped about this ecosystem and driving where it goes next. Today's sponsored episode features Bluewheel, an initiative leveraging ordinals and renewable energy to form the globe's largest and most profitable decentralized mining operation controlled by the people. Vickaash is a business leader, philanthropist, and advisor. His career highlights include a time as a partner at Illuminati Digital Capital, a 50 billion, From your notes that I transferred over here, it says a $50 fund. I just want to make sure. Let's start over there. What's the 50 what? 50 million?
So you devalued my fund by 1000% maybe, yeah?
What's the number?
It's not a token, it's a fund.
Okay, but is there a valuation of 50 something?
So we call it, it's approximately $50 million fund.
Million?
Bluewheel Illuminati, yeah. $50 million fund. Yeah.
All right. I think that. All right. Let me start over from your intro. Today's sponsored episode features Vickaash Agarwal of Bluewheel, an initiative leveraging ordinals and renewable energy to form the globe's largest and most profitable decentralized mining operation, controlled by the people. Vickaash Agarwal is a business leader, philanthropist, and advisor. His career highlights include a time as partner at Illuminati Digital Capital, a $50 million fund based out of the Mideast. Now at the helm of Bluewheel Mining as CEO, Vickaash continues to innovate in the field. Bluewheel Mining isn't your standard operation. This project concentrates on creating a Bitcoin mining setup, BTC mining setup, underpinned by renewable energy, ensuring a cost-efficient and eco-friendly power source. Their community operates over 3,000 existing BTC ASIC miners and have acquired and installed 400 ASIC pods to extend their renewable energy mining reach to support the ordinal community. By investing in renewable energy infrastructure, they're paving the way for greater mining capacity expansion. As they harness the power of renewables, they are contributing positively to the environment, reducing mining costs, and planning to further broaden their operations with additional miners and a private data center. Vickaash, welcome to Edge of NFT.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we know it's a little bit late on your end, and we appreciate your flexibility to have this conversation about the exciting stuff that you're working on. We're really glad to have you on the show.
Thank you. So it's been a pleasure to be here. I've been looking. So we met at New York NFTs, and I've been looking ahead to be on this show. So thank you for inviting me. Thank you for bringing me to this show.
Yeah, well, absolutely. We love to talk here about projects that are really pushing the edge. And Bluewheel Mining is revolutionizing BTC mining which is an area
Yeah.
that we haven't talked about too often in the show. So we're excited to get into that. And you're focused on renewable energy. Can you share some of the details of this groundbreaking project and what it's all about?
So, I would start with my past. So, I'd been a steel industrialist in the past, so which was a really energy-consuming industry. And during COVID time, after COVID, Bitcoin was something which started making me more, you can say, attracted towards it. And I started exploring. I completed my course. So this gave me a overall scenario of this Bitcoin as a seventh property, uh, rather than taking up as a speculating asset. So that's what made me too much interested in this Bitcoin mining and Bitcoin stuff. I started with GPU mining, with Ethereum mining for a year, and then we switched over to Bitcoin mining. So currently, in last 3 years, we have expanded to 10 megawatts of mining operation with the 3,000 ASIC miners. Now, when we do Bitcoin mining, we see there are certain challenges in Bitcoin mining. So, Bitcoin mining is basically the uh, Web 2 part of Web 3 world. So it is an old traditional industrial business. So it's nothing. I would say it's like a traditional industrial business when you put on your server which works with electricity, the people who take care of repair and maintenance. The servers are connected to Bitcoin network, which solves the algorithm, participates in blocks, and you get Bitcoin mining as a reward. So Bitcoin mining has been being the most important part of the entire blockchain ecosystem. Is still a kind of Web two. Is still in the Web 2 world. So we are trying to bring Bitcoin mining to the DeFi, to the Ordinals or blockchain. So how does it happen? So we fractionalize the hash rate. Again, when we talk about cloud mining, the cloud mining has certain kind of may have certain kind of double spending problem. You cannot track how much hash rate are being sold in the cloud mining. Is there a double spending? Where are the miners? What are the live links? NFTs and ordinals makes it possible for auditing the hash rate issued, the number of hash rates being issued. So it makes us easy to give the explanation of business what we are doing when we come to the community. So we're coming up with Bitcoin mining ordinal. So initially we were planning on Polygon, but that includes a lot of challenge because you get BTC, you convert to WBTC, you bridge it to Polygon, and you then send it. So ordinals is something which is
I was just gonna say, I mean, it's really interesting because you're talking about a lot of things that normally people don't talk about in one sentence, right? BTC mining, merging over to Polygon, ordinals, all these things, didn't fit together as far as I can tell, even 6 months or a year ago. And you're sort of, building some bridges here across Web3 that are uncharted waters. So that's really cool.
Yeah. So the activity on BRC20 few months back made us come on Bitcoin chain and to work on ordinals where Bitcoin gets airdropped directly to the ordinals wallet holder. So that makes the process very simple, save cost saving. And we being Bitcoin miners, we want to be loyal to Bitcoin mining network. So we're coming with 2,300 ordinals NFTs backed by 400 ASIC miners. The miners have already been set, so we are not looking to raise one to set up the miners. Anyone buying NFTs start getting the Bitcoin ROI in 24 hours of buying the NFTs. So we'll be launching NFTs maybe this month end.
Yeah, so let me add a few things there, right? So Josh was kind of alluding to it, but you're going away from the traditional Bitcoin mining piece. Now you kind of talked about it through the cloud and making sure there's not double spend. But one of the ways that you describe it differently is called the Bluewheel mining, like as a term, and you were kind of going into it, and you dove into how you're now going into the ordinal side of it. But just for there's two kind of people listening to this right now. There's people who understand the Bitcoin mining world, and there's those who don't. So for those who don't necessarily understand, can you just break it down a little bit more of how is it that you're taking this unique approach to now even delving, how is it your own unique approach just from a mining aspect? And then what is this extra DeFi awesomeness that you're bringing with the world of ordinals?
So the mining effect is we take care of mining operations. And the mining operations are made live on the website, where you can see how many machines are working through a third-party watcher link or through third-party pool link like Binance Pool or Ant Pool. So we'll make when we make this live, you can track numbers of miners working, what numbers of ASIC pods online, live, active. You may get one inactive when something gets faulty. You can track the production of Bitcoin yesterday's, today's, which are shared from third-party pool, not from our side. So that makes it more transparent. And it's we are not doing anything rocket science, so we are not making any false promises for ROI. We are just bringing Bitcoin ecosystem to community to be part of it. Bitcoin mining has challenges like you need to have minimum investment, you need to look up the legality of the countries, you need to pay taxes, you need to import machines legally, find out the authenticated center to set up the miners, or have your own legal Bitcoin mining center, repair and maintenance. So it's a full-time job. It's not a part-time job. So we basically say you just buy ordinals, we take care of your miners, and you get your Bitcoin rewards every day.
Got it. I know you guys are really on board with the sort of decentralized themes here that come with Web3, and that's sort of the future that you envision as well through a novel mining model. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Can you repeat?
Yeah, just a question is around sort of decentralization and how you kind of see how that fits into what you do there at Bluewheel.
We fractionalize the hash rate of the mining operations. Again, when we talk about the fractionalizing of hash rate, so we don't say that you get a certain hash rate. So we assign 400 for the current ordinals. We may have so for the current ordinals, we may have 400. We have 400 ASIC miners. It's S19J Pro 120 terahash machines, the model what we talk about. So you may have 400 machines working, you may get 5 machines faulty. So the 395 productions, the 395 get divided equally among the ordinals NFT of batch 1. So it becomes more decentralized because whatever the production comes is live. The Bitcoin production, the Bitcoin comes from the mining pool, goes directly to the NFT holders. So obviously the mining operation is being controlled by on the back end. Will be giving audit reports and everything on quarterly basis about the miners and all this stuff. But community involvement brings it to DeFi. So you just think about you invested $1,000 or our NFT is $550. Just think about you invested $550 in NFT and you get a certain share of hash rate of Bitcoin. Now when you're in DeFi, you stake your NFTs and you lend $400 against it. Then you just have an investor of $150, and so this is only possible when community working towards it. So we're trying to bring Bitcoin mining to community. It has been Bitcoin mining has been part of large investors or HNIs, or we call whales. So we are trying to make community whales now.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, you're decentralizing something that's been, relatively reserved to a smaller population of folks that participated in sort of this aspect of the blockchain economy. And yeah, I mean, buying miners is not only expensive, but it's complicated. What one do you buy? When do you buy it? Is it going to work? Does it have a warranty? These are all sort of concerns that people have when they've looked into miners, and I know it can be overwhelming. So what you guys are doing, in terms of daily Bitcoin rewards is pretty novel. Could you talk a little bit more about how that mechanism actually works?
We have miners set up. Then the miners are connected to a mining pool. Usually mining works like the Binance pool and pool. You have Luxor, you have Foundry. So miners are connected to a certain mining pool. The mining pool sends Bitcoin reward to the wallets. So we are creating a smart contract on Ordinals with a formalization where Bitcoin goes to the Ordinals wallet, Ordinals smart contract. There will be a deduction of electricity charges automatically based on the terahash or petahash used by the miners and a management charge. So obviously we would be charging a management fee of 10%, and the rest BTC saved would be immediately distributed to NFT holders. And it will go to it will automatically be pushed to NFT holders' wallets.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's pretty special. So back when we were meeting and talking at NYC, what was really cool about the way that you were going about this was giving your everyday person access to Bitcoin mining. Most people have heard of Bitcoin mining, don't necessarily have the expertise or the funds to go and buy a whole miner, set it up, and even know what to do if somehow your miner goes offline, and everything else that deals with this. But you have a good team. You've been able to set this up. You now have ways that people can, buy an ordinal and get access to this. But to set all this up, you need a really great team. So can you give us a little bit of information on, the team you've been able to create to help put all this together?
Bitcoin mining team, for Bitcoin mining, we already have our team. In the last 3 years, we have hardware engineers working on it. We have a set of 7 to 8 hardware engineers who keep on watching links. We have set of people who take care for repair and maintenance of the devices, especially for NFT holders, for ordinal, sorry, because we were early on NFT, so it will take time for me to catch up the ordinal word. So for ordinals, we have been working on this for last 1 year almost. Technically, I have been an investor. I invested more than 150 projects, and I'm not a blockchain technical guy. So I started almost last year August with this plan of coming up with Bitcoin mining NFTs. Then we have been working for 1 year for finding the right team for marketing, right team for designing, right technical team, because we need to be very safe with the technical part, attending a lot of conferences, meeting people, selecting people. So finally, we have Decentralized from Singapore who is working on the blockchain with us. So they have already been part of 2 gaming projects. We have a good marketing team. I have Mush. Mush was a part of one of the NFT projects for marketing. We on part of advisors for security, we have Amalia Glocher. So Amalia basically advise on the security part for entire smart contract. We are talking to interesting company. They basically implement the smart contract. They have a platform on Ordinals where you can implement a smart contract, which then you don't need to take care much about securities because they take care of it. They're also working with a lending decentralized lending projects. They're working with Bitcoin DeFi ordinal lending projects. So we are trying to integrate all these things together for a common solution for the people. So initially, we are coming up with Ordinal, then we'll be coming up with Bitcoin DeFi, tied up with the third party, then we'll be coming up with Ordinals lending. A lot of products coming up. We are talking to yield solutions. So people having Bitcoin in the wallet will have multiple options to do. So it's basically we are making the life easy. We are working for them, giving them all the solutions, whatever they want to do.
Excellent. It's been great learning about what you guys are up to here. Would love to know a little bit about what the roadmap looks like going forward. Any interesting plans in the works, partnerships, or other things that are worth mentioning?
So we have the roadmaps on the website, but I'll say the first roadmap is setting up 400 miners. It has been achieved. Now we'll be launching up with Ordinals. We'll be performing for 2-3 months, where community gets happy with the ROIs, because we are very happy with the ROIs, but community to taste that. Then we'll be coming up with NFT lending solution, NFT staking solutions, NFT NFT staking solutions, and NFT renting solution as well. So we are also looking. NFT renting is very much available on Ethereum, Polygon, and Solana, but on Ordinals we are looking for it. Someone will be coming up with it, but that's an interesting solution as well. Like, you have an NFT and you're not happy with the returns, you have Ordinals, you're not happy with the returns, you can lend your Ordinals to someone for a year. The Bitcoin revenue goes to them, and after a year you get your Ordinals back and you start getting your revenue. So that's again a use case for Ordinals what we are looking at. Then we'll be again setting up 1200 miners in the next lot. We then will be setting up 1800 miner on the third phase. So apart from this, we'll also be tying up a lot of traditional HNIs and funds to set up the miners. So the clear focus is on Bitcoin mining and making it big. Yeah.
Very cool. And I guess just taking a step back, you've been in this space for a long time, and you've seen a lot of innovation intersect with your world. Is there any sort of other projects that you're particularly excited about happening in the space right now that you have your eyes on?
I have my eyes on BRC20 network now. There are a lot of activities happening there. So you don't have currently a BTC Bitcoin directly lending solution. So normally when we mine, we don't sell our Bitcoin in case we want to create a liquidity. We stake Bitcoin and we take some fund against it and pay our electricity invoices or use it for expenses. So what do? We don't believe in selling Bitcoin. So the current procedure, what we follow is we convert BTC to WBTC, then we chain it to Ethereum or Polygon, and then we go to Aave or Compound or any DeFi, and we stake it there. But technically, WBTC is an alternative to BTC on the other chain. So BTC is the only decentralized part. So I hope that there are a few projects like Liquidium and 1 or 2 projects. Bitcoin Frontier Front has been heading them and helping them. So are coming about Bitcoin network. Those will be community driven. It's a real community driven Bitcoin DeFi. You have Bitcoin Bank coming in. So I will not name it because I don't know if they want me to tell on the podcast. You have a Bitcoin Bank coming on BRC20. You have Ordinals lending protocol coming on BRC20. So it's getting BRC20 and Ordinals is getting very, very attractive now.
DeFi for the world of Bitcoin. Yeah, exciting times. It's always interesting to talk to some Bitcoin maxis and like hearing some of the things they're excited about. And I'm like, you realize you're talking about DeFi now, right? And so it's just cool to see the conversation expanding and getting more lively. So cool stuff, man.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for all that. I think it's time for quick hitters, which is always fun. And I love quick hitters with folks that come from different backgrounds and parts of the world, because we always learn unique cultural things as well. So Edge Quick Hitters is a fun and quick way to get to know you a bit better, Vickaash. There are 10 questions. We're looking for just a short, single, or few word response, but yeah, feel free to expand if you get the urge. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Number 1, what is the first thing you remember ever purchasing in your life?
I remember purchasing the GPUs for setting up my mining career. So early 2020, before the COVID started.
So,
okay.
So that was like that was like your very first purchase in life. So you've
Yeah,
been like,
so that was my very first purchase, and I was very excited. So
okay.
I still
So
remember
like
I formed
hashtag,
up a
I
so
was just
I
gonna
did
say,
entire setup by my hand. I bought a motherboard. I set up 8 GPUs, setting up with the motherboard and starting for the mining for the first time. So initially I planned to just learn and set up 20, 30 GPUs, and in a month's time it was so exciting and ROI was so good. I ended up with 500 GPUs. And
wow.
Yeah.
it was
So
a small it was a small office, and then I had to shut down the entire operation for 3 months because I didn't know anything about airflow management. Then
wow.
I had to get some guys to come in and do airflow management and
So
learn more about it. Yeah.
hashtag lifetime miner, Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also guessing he thinks we were asking what was the first crypto purchase. But yeah. Next question, and this is actually throughout your whole life, so feel free to reach back all the way. What's the first thing you remember ever selling in your life? It could be crypto, non-crypto.
So I would talk about crypto because I mined Ethereum, and I sold almost my Ethereum at $800 to buy Bitcoin miners during 2021. So that I'm not going to forget anytime. So, and then uh, I sold an Ethereum push for $4,000 at fucking shit. What happened? I could have waited for the month.
Fun.
Nice.
All right. Question number 3, Josh, you want to hit that one?
Yeah, of course. What is the most recent thing you purchased?
Most recent thing I purchased, I just bought ASIC miners. So I just got 100 miners last week. So the most recent, yeah.
All right, those are the new top of the line ones.
Yeah, so now we are setting up S19J 120 terahash. So the latest one. Okay.
All right. Nice new shiny car for you, your version of a car. What is the most recent thing you sold?
Recent thing
Yeah.
I sold.
Yeah.
Recently I didn't sell anything as such. Maybe I sold. I paid for Bitcoin to pay my electricity invoices. As such, I did not sell anything.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
I'll be recently selling ordinals.
Yeah. So you sold some ordinals recently?
No, I did not sell. So we will be launching. So as such, I didn't sell anything as of now.
All
But
right.
will be
Nothing.
soon.
What's that, Richard?
I said it sounds like he will be selling some stuff soon though. So we'll have to
Yeah.
check back in a couple weeks. But okay, here's another one for you. What would you consider your most prized possession?
I would say the most prized position would be my commitment, my focus, my dedication. When you talk about values and in monetary terms, obviously my Bitcoin, what I hold is about value position.
Gotcha. So if you could buy anything in the world right now, we're talking digital, physical, service, experience, anything that's currently for sale, what would it be?
Mm, I would love to buy the distressed mining centers being sold around the world, but I don't have so much money to buy. So interesting to see US having so many distressed mining locations being sold now at a lower price.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I know we cut out a little bit. Did you guys catch that? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Question.
Some mining facilities that are for sale.
Okay. Got it. All right. Question number 7. If you could pass on one of your personality traits to the next generation, what would it be?
Innovation, adaptability. You talk about being disciplined, dedicated, and hard work is something I would like to pass to the next generation.
All right. And the flip side, if you could eliminate one of your personality traits from the next generation, what would that be?
I would say I usually get to be honest, I get very impatient. So I would basically ask next generation to be patient, patientful, and not be greedy. Yeah, I get greedy sometimes, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's easy to do, and it's a good thing to sort of try to
So
avoid. No, you don't want anyone to call you Scrooge McDuck, right? That's
yeah.
not a label that anyone
So
wants in
you
life.
buy you buy a token goes 20x, you wait that obviously it's going to go 100x, and at the end it come back to 5x, and you say, holy shit, so don't be greedy, be disciplined.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's play the long game. What did you do
yeah.
just before joining us on the podcast?
It was too late. Yes, I was watching Netflix. Yeah, this is part of the time.
Nice. Was
Yeah.
this a show, an Indian show or a US show?
I'm watching the series Suits, so I was watching that. Yeah,
What was the series?
Suit, Suits, Suit.
Suits. Oh
Oh
yeah,
Yeah,
Suits
yeah,
is great.
Suits is
interesting one.
awesome.
My
Yeah, it's
my
a
wife has
popular.
been binge
So
watching
my
that
daughter
too.
liked watching, so me and my daughter we were watching together. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a
And
good one.
I think I know the answer to this question, but what are you going to do next after the podcast?
I have a call with my marketing guy. So he said me after the podcast, please call me and give me updates. So he was just calling, so that's why the call got disconnected. So I talked to him most. So
And then I assume going back to sleep at some point.
yeah, I'll see. So for last 5 7 days, I've been because we have been working on launching. So and most is based in US. So we have been talking late nights. I've been sleeping at 2 to 3 and waking up early. So that's fine.
Yeah, there's
All
always
right.
long days in the world of global blockchain businesses for sure.
Oh yeah.
But it's
Well,
good. And the
hopefully.
day I focus on mining business, and the night I focus on marketing. So that's fine. So I distribute the work. Yeah.
So you are clearly a person that is dedicated to hard work, discipline, and everything else. And so for the bonus question today, I'm sure you've gotten some really powerful advice back in the day. So what is the best advice you've ever received that you want to share with all of us today?
The best advice ever received. It's a good question. I never thought about it. Uh, it's a tough question as well. So the best advice to take up. So there are different kind of advices what I have received from my parents, from my friends. The best advice I would say: be honest, be yourself, and do your best.
Love it.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got a little bit of time for hot topics now. Should we do it, guys?
Yeah, let's hit a few.
Let's hit number one here. Kendall Jenner judges an NFT competition. So fashion models Kendall Jenner and Kate Moss, musician Jay Balvin, artist Jeff Koons, and filmmaker Baz Luhrmann are among the celebrities set to serve on a panel that will select winning pieces of digital art to feature in an upcoming NFT collection, which is being organized to benefit Foundation for AIDS Research, AMFAR. It sounds like an interesting crew to pull together. Jeff Koons hanging out with Kendall Jenner and judging an NFT collection. I find it fun, like to see who's involved in this kind of market, right? Where things they're sort of like jumping up and down a little bit. They've been down, they're moving up. But this sounds like kind of like a serious thing going on. What are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, well, I mean, look.
Did you get invited to that panel, Josh? I did not.
No, missed that invite, but all good. Have been to plenty of Web3 events the last few months, and more coming up. I think it's interesting about Jeff Koons. I just saw a documentary about him. I mean, obviously, just someone that has really pushed the envelope of artistic expression for many years. I mean, some of his sculptures have ended up costing millions of dollars just to create them, and he has a whole team, and he's been pretty thoughtful about this moon collection that he's doing. I know that wasn't the focus of the article, Ethan, but I did want to mention, if anyone's interested, check out this Moon Phases collection. which Jeff did last year, and it actually tied a sculpture to an NFT, and he sent it off to the moon. So another interesting judge here, not just Kendall Jenner.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Richard.
No, only thing I was going to add was what's really cool about the space, especially around NFTs. When we went to Outer Edge LA and some of the other events throughout the years, and you're around these creatives, two things kind of bring it together. It's the expression of arts and then philanthropy. And then when you merge those two together, you get some really cool people in the same room going after really cool initiatives, which in this case was the benefit the foundation of AIDS research. So finding those things that really bring people together that people can be fired up about, but then also talk about innovative things on how technology is continued to elevate forward through NFTs and other artistic values. I still am super bullish on like where all of this is headed.
Yeah, and I'll just mention on that point. I was having a conversation yesterday with someone about sort of what's going to ignite sort of the U.S. market most with sort of Web3, and I think their point was social impact, and we saw a lot of social impact companies come to Outer Edge and be part of the conversation. And recently, I interviewed someone high up in Fidelity Trust that did a huge social impact project with a bunch of artists, and it was very successful. So we had a conversation here with Vickaash about renewable energy infrastructure. And I think all these topics about making the world greener and a more positive place, these are great tie-ins to Web3 and sort of community building.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, and there's a callback here, I remember, to sort of some of the early big name NFT or newsmaking sort of NFT sales. There have been components where people are sort of experimenting with the technology, and there's just situations where the fact that the funds purchasing an NFT go for something for the good, right, kind of sidesteps the question of, is this something that has some sort of long-term sort of flippable value or something like that? And the questions oftentimes come back down to, there's digital ownership involved. There's a piece of art that people treasure, and there's that sort of initial recognition of the moment of having calling attention to some important issue or something like that. So you see that as a trend.
Yeah. Ethan, do we have time for one more?
Yeah, I think let's hit this Secret Service one. I think that's interesting. Secret Service has an NFT collection, and no, it's not for sale. And probably I would guess they already have confiscated some NFT collections as well at this point. But so they've shed more light on their bizarre non-fungible token collection sitting on OpenSea. So they have one on OpenSea. Apparently, we have to go check that out. First revealed during a Reddit AMA on May 16th, agents answered questions from members of the R cryptocurrency subreddit. Until this time, not much of an explanation was provided. But at this point, agents from the SF San Francisco field office, known as the Digital Assets Technology Alliance Data Squad, said they wanted to better understand how NFTs works. So the analyst, the forensic financial analyst there, Andrew Frey, the agent who spearheaded the AMA, said it serves as a forward-facing example of the agency's interest to the broader crypto ecosystem. The squad is a subunit of the SF field office, and they deal specifically with crypto-related crimes. And what they said is the Alfonso Speed, the special agent, said that everyone from the data squad had their own unique NFT, each one being specifically personalized to each field agent. So in this particular case, it seems like a learning exercise, right? In order to learn about something, you've got to kind of play around with it and get your hands dirty. And also, of course, this calls back to another recent news item we talked about. I think it was the German Secret Service or something like that, that had a way of kind of locating smart agents by they had to discover some hidden NFTs where you had to solve some special puzzles and stuff like that. So
yeah, I was thinking about that one too, Ethan. It was a recent convo we had, and obviously I think they're being pretty conservative by not selling these things. I think that sort of opens up all sorts of questions and probably concerns when you're dealing with the Secret Service. But look, kudos for them for getting their hands dirty and getting involved in the process of creating these things. I think we know regulation is coming across, the overall blockchain space, and we don't necessarily know how that will shift things with NFTs yet. But education is where it all begins. That's why we do the show. That's why we do our conference and events. And I think the best way to learn is to try something, and we want everyone to get comfortable with using this technology. And there's probably not that many people in the world still that have actually gone through the whole process of minting an NFT. So I think it's pretty cool.
Indeed, it is. Shall we move on to the next segment, guys?
Let's do it.
Let's hit it. All right. Up next, we want to take a minute to check in with you, Vickaash, and just before we wrap here, see if there's anybody that you'd like to shout out in the global community, in your local community, maybe someone you'd like to shout out on Twitter, a person or an organization you might have a special connection with. Anybody come to mind?
Yeah, so shout out for Edge of NFTs. Thank you guys for hosting me, taking the time out, working out with me. A shout out for Bluewheel team, my entire hardware team, my marketing team, Bluewheel mining advisors team for advising me and handling me for years, for designers, website designers team, and shout out for the crypto crowd community. So when they know crypto crowd, so we have a group, crypto crowd. So shout out for the crypto crowd.
Great. Thanks a lot for sharing those. Appreciate that. Always a fun time to find out about interesting projects that people might know about. And we got that awesome right back at you shout out that we don't often get, back to the Edge of NFT team. So thanks for that. All right. Well, we're just about to wrap here, but we always have to know where listeners can go to learn more about you and the projects you're working on. Where would you say websites and socials?
So you can go to www.bluewheelmining.com. So you can find the entire links for Discord, for Telegram, for Twitter. There you have all the information on the website. Yeah.
Excellent.
So
making it easy for us.
BLUEWHEELMINING.com. Bluewheelmining.com. Yeah.
That's easy. Appreciate it. And it does seem like we do have a note here about a potential giveaway, a little whitelist opportunity. And so we'll put our details out on the socials on how people can get involved there. Anything else to say about that, Vickaash?
Yeah, fine. Happy to give away 10 white listings. We just have 2,300 ordinals. So happy to share. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. We have reached the outer limit at the edge of NFTs for today. Thanks for exploring with us. We've got space for more adventures on the Starship. So invite your friends, recruit some cool strangers that will make this journey all so much better. How? Go to Spotify or iTunes right now, rate us and say something awesome. Then go to edgeofnft.com to dive further down the rabbit hole. Look us up on all major social platforms by typing Edge of NFT with no spaces and start a fun conversation with us online. Lastly, we have a new podcast we're launching by the 2nd of August, and you can pre-subscribe for that. It's called Edge of AI. Yes, we're delving into the AI territory. If you want to learn more or subscribe, you can go to edgeofai.xyz, and you can look us up on LinkedIn at Edge of AI, as well as Twitter, Edge of _AI. Make sure you get those follows in early before we launch so you can get on board the rocket ship before it takes off. Lastly, be sure to turn in next time for more great content here at Edge of NFT. Thanks for sharing this time with us today.
The views and opinions expressed on Edge of NFT reflect solely those views and opinions of the show hosts and its guests. Please make sure to do your own research. Our show is not financial advice. You understand that you are using any and all information available on or through this podcast at your own risk. Whenever making financial decisions, we recommend doing your own research and talking to your accountant for financial advice. From time to time, we may feature sponsored content on the show for which we receive value, and we may share links for which we receive a commission if you make a purchase through one of those links. Refer to our website, www.edgeofnft.com, for our full disclaimer, terms and conditions, and privacy policy.